Hi y'all, welcome back to Astro Motivation. My name is JupiterJames, where I awaken the astrologer within you and aim to give you a little encouragement and inspiration per your unique placement within your birth chart. You know, I really do feel that before a time of iPhones and iPads and this and that, we were a culture and a society that were better able to look up at the stars and understand exactly what the universe wanted from us. And it is with that language that we were able to interpret our birth charts to see exactly where our dreams were and how to get them. And so if that sounds good to you, let's get into it. Today we're gonna get into Scorpio in the 12th house. You know, Scorpio in the 12th house is gonna give me someone who has a lot of power in the mystical realms and in their dream life. You know, this is gonna give me someone who also probably hides that power in a very deep and intrinsic way. But before we go ahead and really dive deep into that mystical placement, let's go ahead and separate the aspects. That way we are better able to do more with the information we've been given, and we're not just confined to Scorpio in the 12th house, okay? That way when we're reading other people's birth charts or these things come up, we can go, okay, JupiterJames told me that, you know, the 12th house meant this, and he told me that Scorpio meant that. And now you can go out and read other people's birth charts. You can interpret other people's placements and combinations where they may lie, because now you know what these two things mean separately outside of your placement. And they say to know other people, you got to know yourself, all right? And this is how you do it. So with Scorpio in the birth chart, Scorpio in the birth chart is always going to show me where the mysterious forces in life may happen to the person, where things may be just kind of like hidden from the person, and where these people are very protective of this area of their life. This person could have a lot of influence and control and power in this area of their life, and it is also where this person may endure a lot of trauma and take things to the extreme, and through that trauma this person becomes stronger and becomes more adept in this area of life, wherever Scorpio is sitting in, or where it's sitting in. So yeah, and Scorpio is ruled by Pluto and Mars. If Pluto and Mars were to mix together, they have the baby of Scorpio. All right, now the 12th house. The 12th house is the house of faraway lands. It is the house of isolation. It's the house of, you know, asylums and hospitals and anywhere where people are taken away to rehabilitate, and like, you know, it's hidden, it's isolation, it's things that it's like it's a theme of, like, I call it hiding to heal. When you go to jail, what are you doing? You are basically kind of hidden away so that you heal. When you go out to a hospital, you are hidden away so that you heal. Okay, it's where it's escapism, it's your dream life, it's where you, again, if you go to sleep, think about that, you are isolating yourself so that when you go to sleep, you hide and you heal in a way. So yeah, and it's ruled by Pisces. 12th house is ruled by Pisces. It's ruled by Neptune and Jupiter, okay? Because Neptune and Jupiter, Jupiter and Neptune, yeah, they rule Pisces, okay? So this is gonna rule the 12th house, okay? It's gonna be where things are kind of hidden from you, where things are just out of view. It's your creative forces, it's your escapist forces, it's those themes, all right? So now what happens when we take Scorpio and we put it into the 12th house? This is gonna give me someone who, for me, this is like Pisces and Scorpio mixed together. You are going to be extremely spiritual. You are going to be someone who is extremely psychic, extremely adept. You are also going to be someone who, you know, you're probably saved from a lot of trauma and a lot of intensity in your life because you are so spiritual and because you're so connected to the higher realms and the higher forces of life. You are someone that has been kind of, because if Scorpio is in this house, right, the house of losses, the house of things that are kind of remiss on you, it means that for you, you are saved from a lot of trauma within your life. A lot of trauma probably does not happen to you. And if there are things that are to happen to you that are traumatic, it's gonna be hidden. Like you're not gonna know that these things have happened to you. Like it could be maybe subtle mental health problems, very subtle, like things that maybe happen over time that you aren't aware of, that don't affect you in the now. They just kind of happen over a course of time. Like this makes me believe that like bone degeneration could happen to you, or mental degeneration can happen to you. These are things that happen over time, and by the time it's at its worst, you won't even know that it's happening. It's like that. It's like nothing ever intense really happens to you because you're saved from that with that force being hidden. It's in a house that you will not experience. It's something that is not within your scope or within your realm of possibility that happens for you, okay? So you could be a very big mystic. You can heal people on a very psychic and spiritual level. You could be someone that is, I don't know if I said it, very psychic, very clairvoyant. You know how other people are feeling, and you can get these downloads and these insights from your dreams, from the dreams that you have at night. You can get these downloads, you know, you just know what people are going through and how the collective is feeling. And you probably keep those emotions. You probably do keep your emotions, those deep, dark emotions. You keep those hidden away in the recesses of your mind, and you don't really confront those feelings. But you do know at the end of the day that you feel something, and you probably feel very deeply, but you isolate those feelings. You categorize those feelings as something that will be dealt with on a later day. But yeah, this is a really cool placement for someone who can be extremely mystical, extremely adept in the mystical arts and astrology and religion, and you could be extremely creative, extremely musical. Try to, if you have this, try to make that as a part of your career. You could be someone that really transforms people on a very psychic level, on a very creative level. You can be a musician, an artist, and through you offering that as a part of your service in your career, you can make a lot of money, and you can transform others with that. You can be a tarot card reader, an astrologer, anything very deep, creative, and mystical, okay? You could be very lucrative for that in your career, okay? So, and try not to hide that. Try. I know it's very hard for you, especially with Scorpio in the 12th house, but what I do know about Scorpio and Scorpio in general is that when you do finally come around to showing this thing that you do, it can have a lot of power, a lot of influence, and it can help change a lot of people for the better, okay? That is what I do know. If this sounds like you, let me know in the comments below if this sounds like you. Are you someone that you feel psychic, that you feel that you're in tune with the higher knowledge and the inner workings of the universe? Are you that person? Are you someone that, you know, tarot cards comes really easy to you, videos on YouTube and like astrology comes very easy to you? For some reason, you just feel an affinity for it, but sometimes you don't really want to express it. You're like, like something could happen and you knew this thing was gonna happen like a week ago, but you were just afraid to tell somebody. You were afraid to warn your mom about that feeling, that gut feeling that you had about this person or the situation, and you just felt like, oh, maybe you were being paranoid. Maybe you were just like, you know, again, yeah, being paranoid, but it came to pass. You know, that could be something that you also feel. You sometimes feel paranoid about things and about people. You can probably see into the core of people, and be very careful of that. Be very careful as to not see the bad in people, because you can see that first and foremost before anything. You probably know that you can see into the shadow side of people. That's what it is. You can be someone that sees into the shadow side of people, even when they are presenting to you the light side, when they are trying to be good and they mean well, but for you, you could just see automatically into the shadow side. Try to take that as a cue that sometimes that shadow side of a person isn't always who they are. It's something that they are working against, and take the person that they're showing you for face value until that shadow side comes out and it tries to harm you. That's when you are in fair reasonings and in fair calculations of that person. But I really want to warn you against paranoia, okay? Because with Pluto in the 12th, you could be kind of a little paranoid sometimes here and there about what other people's intentions are, or what a situation may be, okay? But for the most part, this makes for a very extremely spiritual and creative human being who could really offer spirituality as a part of their service and be very good at transforming people on a soul level. If only they find the courage to express it. So express it, okay? Let me know if this sounds like you. Let me know if there's a planet within your 12th house that you have, your Scorpio in the 12th house. Let me know if you have a specific planet that you're curious about, that you want me to interpret. I'll only do one, and unless you would like a birth chart, I can do many at one time. But just for the sake of continuity and to keep things short and sweet and quick, give me one planet that is in your Scorpio in the 12th house, and I will write back to you what you could be experiencing with that, all right? I would love to do that for you. Yeah, also let me know if there's a different placement within your birth chart you would like for me to cover, and I will get that in the queue as a part of the video that I can get out for you guys. But know that I'm rooting for you. I see you. Continue to be mystical, continue to be transformative. Try not to hide that, all right? I love you. Have a great day. Bye.